is Jack Cartledge. I'm in year 12, I'm 16 years old, and I'm currently studying at Crewe ETC sixth form. I am the president of the student leadership team, and I'm currently studying A-level maths, A-level physics, double mechatronics and ASPIRATIons, which is an extended project qualification. So I started at the UTC in September 2017, just after I finished year 9 at my old school. So I started this school in year 10. So I decided to come to the UTC because I saw this school as a huge opportunity, didn't really know much about engineering, but kind of knew it was the future. And I wasn't doing the best at my old school, and I knew that I'd get pushed more at this school, so I'd be able to hit them targets, get a lot better grades, and it turns out I did. This school's done a lot for me since I've joined, and the opportunities are all there, so the more work experience opportunities and employer interactions, and I just saw it as a huge new branch out in my life I needed to take. I've done loads of employer interactions, as I previously said. I've worked with Bentley on a car seat project in year 10. I also then worked on a railway crossing project where we had to design a level way crossing. I also worked with air products in year 10 about gases in our area. It's like nitrogen and like in Pringles cans, why they pop when you open them. We've also worked with Bentley in year 12, and they've come in and looked at our coursework and put our coursework to their standards. So if we ever go to work at Bentley, we would know exactly how they want things and to what standard they want them. I've also been to the Heritage Centre, done some volunteering there. I've also had loads of employers come in and talk about their business. So when we come to year 13 and want to either get a degree apprenticeship, we would know exactly where we want to go, because we know exactly what they do and what type of engineering they study. So I think it's important to work with employer partners because it gains that experience for when you go moving on in the future. You've got that experience and you've got like the encouragement to talk to employers, and it builds up all these these skills that you need for the future. You don't realise it, but the more employer interactions you have, the more comfortable you feel with other people as well, and which is a great skill later in life, because you would not believe how scary it is talking to someone from another business, especially if you're talking to like someone really high up in Bentley. You don't really want to make a bad impression or anything. So the more you speak to these employers, it's amazing the amount of like skills that you build up. And if you're considering coming to the UTC, I'd say, kind of, are you interested in engineering? Do you know anything about it? And if not, kind of think, do you want to know anything about it? Are you creative? Are you constantly like coming up with like mini ideas or stuff, or inventions, or are you an artist? Are you really good at drawing? Are you good at like colouring in, like rendering? Because this kind of stuff is really useful in engineering, and also if you're doing really well and you're into engineering, then you can continue doing really well at this school. And do engineering, and there's so many more opportunities. Like these employer interactions are actually really fun. You can get like day trips out to different employers like Bentley. I've been to Siemens. You could also go like volunteering at different places. It's amazing, and you also get like sometimes you get free time where you get to show these employers your work and kind of make a good impression and show them what you are and what kind of work you make. And it will really impress employers, which looks really good on you. So I want to become an electronic engineer and maybe a robotics engineer and hopefully work on robots in industry. I want to hopefully get a degree apprenticeship on electronic engineering. Or if I can't find an apprenticeship, or an apprenticeship isn't, I change my mind, I'll fall back on, I want to go to university and study, either in a sandwich course, which is where you get to do the year abroad in industry, which is an amazing experience. Well, I've previously said my future career, I want to study electronic engineering, and both of them courses I've done in year 10 and 11 and year 12 and 13. I'm about to start studying mechatronics, which is all about like PLCs and kind of robots, and I got to design my own robot in year 12, and I showcased it at one of the opening evenings. And I've also learned loads of skills that are preparing me for my future. Because I'm part of the student leadership team, I've been able to do a lot of public speaking in front of parents and other employers, which builds up your confidence, and it builds up just so many skills inside of you, and you get to work as a team. Teamwork is another massive skill that I've learned being at this UTC, because you're constantly working in teams. Well, one of my units from my coursework was to work in a team where we share like one big piece of coursework, and we've got to like designate, the leader has to like designate tasks to other students or your peers, and you've got to work together to make this product, work together to meet deadlines, and teamwork is also a massive skill that will help me in my career. At the UTC, there are specialist teachers that are qualified to teach CAD, which is computer-aided design, where you get to design on the computer, design your product, and you get to render it as well. And we also get taught how to send all these like computer designs onto 3D printers and computer machines, like CNC machines, which is where they get like printed. For a 3D printer, you have to like change the code from like STL to G code, so the 3D printer can read that. So we've been taught all that by specialist teachers, and how to like do small amount of programming on the CNC. There's also teachers that, well, not teachers, but staff members from other employer partners that come in and teach us how to use, say, there's a member of staff from Siemens that comes over and teaches year 13s about PLC boards, which is amazing, because they teach you how they learnt it and how they do it. So it's not just your teacher kind of teaching this to you. And we've also got an engineering technician who teaches us how to use the machine safely, teaches us all about health and safety, and how to weld safely, what equipment we need to wear, and basically how to be safe all around to make sure that no one can get hurt. So my favourite part of the UTC has to be the workshop, because that's kind of where you get let loose into like the engineering world, and you can kind of be creative. You've got all the machines at your fingertips, and you can just go in your own world and kind of get creative, get working, get inspired, and just become an engineer. It's amazing. It just makes you feel like your work is kind of something to you, it's something for you, and you can create anything you want. If you can think it, you can do it in engineering. It's incredible. So in the student leadership team, we have different committees. There's the Health and Wellbeing Committee, who work with Senko on like water fountains around the building to promote pupils drinking more. And we've also got trying to get rid of like plastic knives and forks, trying to bring in metal ones, reusable ones, and trying to use like different types of straws, not plastic, paper straws. And basically we're trying to improve the building, make it like more recycling bins as well, just trying to make it a lot more nicer place to be, recyclable. And then we've also got Teaching and Learning Committee, pupils work with staff members on reward schemes, and like students that go above and beyond that little bit extra, how are they going to be rewarded and how is this going to be measured? Have they got to meet certain deadlines? How's that going to work? There's also a teaching and learning as well, who work with pupils, work with staff to how they could make teaching better in the school, how they can make learning better in the school, what the teachers can do, what students want teachers to do, to make learning a bit more fun and enjoy. I hope to see you in September. For more details, visit the Crewe TCU website to apply.